Major General Sudhakar Jee. Very appreciate you, sir, for joining me live on the broadcast. Now, in the view of the hotline conversation that the Indian side has had with, in fact, the Pakistan side, India has issued a stern warning. The defense sources have also highlighted that the stern warning to Pakistan over these repeated violations along the line of control has been issued. How do you view the action and, in fact, what we can also put it like the response by Pakistan to the initial punitive measures that have been initiated by India in the response to this very deadly and barbaric act of terrorism in Pahalgam?
Simran, good morning. Thank you. I'm very humbled that Newsjax has still managed to reach out and catch me en route. My travel plan to Europe. I'm middle of my travel and also surrounded by her people, adversaries to the west. So I'll keep it a little calibrated and telegraphic. We should understand that carnage like Pahalgam has got only one response, and that response is massive retaliation from India's side. It can't be like one Balakot and end of it. It has to be a sustained one. It has to be number of Balakots. It has to be number of surgical strikes like the way we did after Uri terrorist attack. So what I mean to say, when you select the target, the time and the place, these are the decisions which our top leadership has already demonstrated in the past. We should repose our faith in them. And it is very impressive to learn that our top leadership has given the entire responsibility to the armed forces, as they have been doing in the past as well. So that would actually give the freedom of operation to operate in a spectrum of non-kinetic and kinetic components. When we talk about non-kinetic, some of them have already been orchestrated by at the highest level, be it of closure of the YouTube channel or Indus Treaty having been suspended, and Wagah border, that dramatics which goes on, theatrics, that also has been put to an end. I hope it has been put to an end because this is all nonsense. And what I would recommend is that in the non-kinetic component, we must develop on the USA and withhold that IMS 25th bailout for 7 billion, which was approved in September 2024. One. Second, there is a 400 million, approximately 10-20 million up and down, maybe there, which has been already sanctioned for upkeep and maintenance of F-16. That must be withheld. Number three, our neighbor to the west should be now gradually and incrementally put under FATF, either grey list or the blacklist. Number four, it's very important, it should be isolated by going to the OIC. In the OIC, there are 57 countries or 56 countries, and we need to develop and capitalize on our old relationship, diplomatic relationship with each of these countries bilaterally as also collectively, organizationally, so that the adversary to the west is isolated. And more than anything else, Afghanistan and Iran, they have to be taken on board. They are also very unhappy with this country. We must also get in touch, if we have not been supporting materially the Balochi Liberation Army, as also the Tehrik-Taliban Pakistan. Both of them have to be extended material, moral and also spiritual support, so that the country is brought to knees. And more than anything else, if Indus Water Treaty, which has been revoked or suspended, if this is regulated and controlled in an effective manner, making the flow of water unpredictable, those who know farming, they will also agree with me that a farmer is basing irrigation of his farmland based on a predictability pattern of supply of water. If that predictability, by virtue of not sharing the data of monsoon, water supply, etc., makes the regulation absolutely unpredictable, that itself is a masterstroke which will go a long way in bringing the adversary to the west to their knees. Last but not the least, that is not the end of the game. The end of the game will actually come about provided we adopt a long-term perspective plan. It is not that we have done this, tomorrow something else happens and our focus shifts. That's something else. It should not happen. It is now or never. We must, as a nation, should not lose sight of the fact that such a perpetration of a carnage against our civilians, tourists, unarmed, it is never heard of, never done. You cannot accept. Any nation who accepts such kind of loss of innocent lives is not worthy of its name. I think we have come a long way. We have given all kinds of, I would say, generosity and kind of kindness to our neighbor to the west, and having failed miserably in everything, I think the turn of moment has come. India has to take a very hard and tough stand and keep delivering hard-hitting blows so that this country doesn't exist any longer on the map of Earth. When I say this, what I mean is that the entity and the name should cease to exist. And it can happen provided we put the whole of nation approach and apply it over a period of time, over a protracted period of time. What is to be used, what kind of standoff weapon, or you want cross-border covert operation, let's leave it to the leadership. They have proven it in the past, but let them do it. Because any further discussion on the media or any kind of loose talk here and there, it will unnecessarily compromise the security of operation. Back to Simran.
Well, all right. Thank you very much, Major General Sudhakar Jee, for explaining this in detail and also, in fact, in a manner